Happy Monday. Tonight is all about the body you live in now. Not the one you had, not the one you're trying to get back. A lot of women feel tired here, exhausted, frustrated. They flip-flop from wanting to love their body to grief to being frustrated with their body, irritated, resentful. Sometimes they go numb or angry. Sometimes it's just they're done thinking about it, and so they give up or avoid it. We're talking about anger towards your body, grief you haven't named, shame that you haven't forgotten, or, the punishment that you're unknowingly giving your body, and vanity and where it exists, and talk about that honestly, what it costs to keep managing yourself and your body the way that you have and what that's costing you. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Welcome. I'm Amber McCrae. I am a connection and nervous system coach, and we talk all about this. We also dive much deeper and offer a lot more support in the Women's Sacred Middle. Starts at every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Zoom. You can check out my link tree to purchase your ticket. Welcome in. Let's get some music. Let's share this out. Excuse me. Kona Coffee, welcome in. Informer, welcome in. Chrissy, welcome in. We'll get started in just a minute. Welcome in, Melinda. Welcome in, Adam. Welcome in. Shit Hot, welcome in. Deb, welcome in. Tonight we are talking about the body that we live in now, and the grief, the anger, vanity, all of that. We're going to talk about the struggles. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to our Monday topic, the body we live in now, and what that means to you, and the struggles that you may face. You may love your body now. You may be at war with your body now. There may be shame around body. There may be vanity. We're going to talk about it. If you struggle with the body that you live in now, put a 1 in the chat. Ashley, welcome in. we're going to talk about why this happens. A lot of people talk about vanity in such a negative light also. And really, when I hear vanity or somebody being conceited, we're going to talk about all sides of the pendulum. We're going to talk about the people who use their body to get what they want, and people who try to get out of their body as much as possible. So it's all a way that the nervous system is trying to keep you safe. So even vanity was a programmed way, a system that you learned how to stay safe, to try to regulate your nervous system. And you learned that through experience of your body or features, face, of being more of value and your worth. And that's really learned at a really young age. Chrissy, welcome in. Sparkles, welcome in. Lori, welcome in. If you've seen any of my videos this week, they have touched on different pain points around this topic. If one spoke to you, let me know. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, drop a 1 in the chat so I can shout you out and welcome you in. We'll get started in just a few minutes. We're waiting for mods to show up and just giving everybody time to join in. How do you pronounce that? Boomhar? Boomer? Kimmy, welcome in. I totally botched that. Sorry. Oh, copy that. I haven't seen that show in forever. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Andrea, welcome in. We're going to talk about the weight that our body carries, not just physically, but emotionally, and how that affects our body. Talk about, a lot of people, as we get older, our body changes and we can't do the same things that we did before, and the grief that comes with that, and the anger and frustration that come with that. We're going to talk about that. And for a lot of people, constant monitoring, right? Survival state. Most people I know live in survival state, and it's a constant monitoring and how that affects our bodies. Sweet Addiction, welcome in. Wolf Reaper, welcome in, welcome in. So we are tonight, every Monday, come on, we talk about a topic. Last week we talked about sex. The week before that we talked about healing when your partner is not. Next week we're talking about money. We talk about all the topics that are taboo and not taboo. We talk about the realness of them, and we say other things that we're all thinking, but nobody fucking says out loud. And we have those conversations because being a human is fucking hard most days. And if you have been on your healing journey, or you're just starting out, or you've been in healing circles or spiritual circles, there's a lot of rainbows and sunshine that are painted, but we also want to talk about and honor the realness. So here we talk about the sacred middle, And what I mean by that is most people are programmed to have black and white thinking, black or white thinking. And what we're aiming for is somewhere in the middle. What I mean by that is you hear a lot of independent, independent and codependent. But do you ever hear about interdependence? Interdependence. Tara's in the house. Welcome in, lovely. Mel, welcome in. So we talk about the realness. We talk about where we want to go, and we talk about where we are. And we honor our feelings. Thank you. We honor what we're feeling. We don't bypass. And that's what I see so many communities and coaches and all of these things bypass the feeling of the uncomfortable, of the accountability, of sitting in it. And not doing it alone. We are taught that through experience or programming that we're alone and we have to do this alone. And so talk about creating safe connections and what the fuck that means. Tonight, we are talking about the body we live in now. Bleach Bomb, welcome in. Joel, welcome in. Thank you for being here, everybody. We are just getting started. So let's just, Brandon, welcome in. If you've ever been angry at your body, put a 1 in the chat. This is my 1 in the chat. We're going to get real with some real feelings. And here we don't judge, okay? This is a place where you are safe to be honest and vulnerable. Sweet Addiction, I see you. Thank you. And yeah, it's real. And sometimes these are the things that we don't say out loud because we are taught to also positive them away, that we just have to love our body, just love the body that we're in. And while all of that is great and beautiful and can be extremely helpful, if we bypass honoring what we feel first, we're just going to keep circling the drain and we're going to keep coming back. This is why so many people feel stuck or feel like they keep coming back to the same thing over and over. If you feel like you've struggled with your body for more years than you haven't, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like you've struggled most of your life with your body in one way or the other. Susie Q! Hi, Miss Susie. Y'all, Miss Susie is a beautiful, beautiful friend, sister of mine. Ice Cold Shepherd, welcome in. Is it Shepherd? I cut your name off. Angie, welcome in. If you have grief around the body that you live in, around your body, put a 1 in the chat. Jennifer, welcome in. JCWL, welcome in. If you have grief around the body that you're in, put a 1 in the chat. I see you. Andy, welcome in. What I want to say first is that I want to slow us down. Ivy, welcome in. Because most times when we talk about the grief, when we talk about the real feeling of feeling shame or grief or frustration with our bodies, it is immediately followed up with having to move past it, getting out of that feeling. Why? Because, I have not heard. Sarah, welcome in. You know what? Let me reach out. I forgot to respond to her earlier. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Thank you guys. Is it Caroline? Okay, did I miss anything? All right, thank you for being patient, y'all. What was I talking about? Oh, we feel like we have to move past it because we're afraid that honoring that we're mad with our body, that we're grieving, that we're sad, that we're frustrated, that we're going to stay there. And we've been taught to push through that feeling. And so we actually don't even honor what's happening with us. And we just go to try to make it better, to be positive, to just love on ourselves. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt like you didn't want to honor the fear, the grief, the anger, the shame that you're feeling in your body because you need to move past it? You need to overcome it or work through it. If you've ever felt that, put a 1 in the chat. I have. I felt that somehow if I acknowledged I'll say it again. If I acknowledged what people perceive to be a negative emotion, which I don't believe that there are now, but that's the way that I was programmed or indoctrinated to think that way, right? Is it black and white, good, bad? That if I succumb to those feelings, those thoughts, that they would overtake me and then they would consume me, and that was bad, that I would stay there. So Tara, I said, if you've ever felt like you had to push through a feeling, that if you felt shame or guilt or if you felt like at war with your body or grief around your body, that you had to push through it, that you couldn't sit and acknowledge it. So for me, an example would be that as I'm getting older and the more that I'm working on the computer, my eyes feel much weaker and it's harder for them to see and to focus. And I immediately was like hit with fear. Then immediately after that, I was hit with, don't give in to that energy. Don't think that, because then it will be. And also, what can I do to just make it better? What do I need to do to make it better? So I didn't actually sit in what I was feeling around it at all. I have since, but that's what happens to my body immediately. Does that resonate with anybody? And maybe you're on the opposite side, right? We're also talking about vanity tonight, and we're talking about shame, and we're talking about, right, pushed my body, right. And that, thank you for sharing that, because that's something else, right? Most of us were taught you had to be strong, whatever that meant for you. But you couldn't feel weak. And anything that made you vulnerable can feel weak. And that just wasn't okay. And so you have to fight through it, figure it out, fix it, change it, live with it, push through. I see you. Thank you for being here. This is a really tough topic for a lot of people. If you have specific questions or a topic that you want to talk about around this, just throw it in the chat, because I want to make sure that we talk about it. Because there's so many pain points around this. Christina, welcome in. And there's so many different experiences that we go through around our body. Also, I also want to say that, when a few years ago, I experienced feelings around vanity. And I had not really experienced that before to this depth. And it surprised me. So I had shaved my head completely, like shaved it. And I did not realize how much that affected how I felt about my self-worth and my beauty, and how much value and how much I hid behind my hair. Dede, welcome in. That was surprising to me. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, this is information for us. And I had to do a lot of work around that, get really honest. And I grew my hair out, because guess what? I feel better in me, in my body, when I have my hair. I love it. I also love my dreads. That was a tough one I go back and forth. But there's so many feelings and thoughts around all of these things. And there's a lot of things. One is that it's okay to care what you look like. It's okay to care about what you look like. It's also okay to have that not be your whole identity. But some people were taught that their body and their looks are their worth. They were taught how to use that as a system to keep themselves safe. Some people were taught to, both ways, to be noticed, to keep themselves safe. And some people were taught to make themselves less noticeable to stay safe. Both are an attempt for your nervous system to keep you safe, to try to regulate your nervous system. Do y'all have any questions? No questions. Quiet tonight. Got you. Okay. I just want to acknowledge too that it makes sense and it's valid to have grief and anger and fear around the body that we're in. Did you swipe out? Oh no. And also that what we're experiencing today, Dad, welcome in, around our body isn't just from today. It's from our whole life. And so acknowledging that, right? If your worth was based on your looks or performance, and your body is changing and your looks are changing, because that's just what happens as a human, and we put more wear and tear on this meat suit that we have, it makes sense that there would be grief. Does appearance become a way to secure worth, admiration, or safety when connection feels shaky today? That's a good question. And for a lot of people, I believe that it can, right? Especially, so for people, it can, a lot of people not choose consciously, but that's the way that they have felt worth before. And so it can continue to be that. And if we're being really real, society and people treat people differently. It's just the way that it is. I have been thin, I've been fat, I've been all in between. And I personally have experienced the difference in the way that people treat people. Pretzel, welcome in. Where's Pringles? We could have snack buddies. And if you think about it, most people, especially around teenage years, looks are how you fit in. Looks were if you had friends. Looks were, how you may have stayed safe. If you look different, you may have gotten bullied. I've always been fat and been treated differently. It's interesting too, because also, other people have those programmed thoughts and feelings. We also do about ourselves and other people. I judge myself from a young age. I wasn't thin, I wasn't pretty, therefore no one would like me. And that's real. That's a real experience, right, Deb? I fully understand. And that hits hard, and that shakes and makes a really shaky foundation for stepping into who you are, right? We weren't even given that chance and that safety to step in who we were. So I never had friends really. And that, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing. And that's real grief. That is real grief. And it's so shitty. And it's valid to have feelings around that, even if it happened a long time ago. That's the next thing I kind of want to bring up around this is a lot of people will say, oh, you should be over that by now. A lot of partners might not understand. Maybe if you were confident in the past and maybe you might not be confident now, or you were not confident before and now you are, that can change dynamics and connection in friendships. So it's made opening up to people in these types of spaces really hard. Yeah, no shit. Ambitious. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Never been confident. And that's... I'm holding space for you. And that's one of the big reasons I get on here, y'all, is because I didn't either. I looked in the mirror and I tell you guys, the Mulan movie, I didn't recognize the girl looking back at me. Pringles! And I said, I want to look in the mirror and I want to feel connected to that woman I'm looking in at seeing. How do I do that? That didn't happen from like self-love and just accepting like, okay, this is, I got curious and it was really tough work and it was a lot. Oh my God, Pringles. I'm sending you a hug, my friend. Oh man, I have time tomorrow afternoon if you want to chat. You could text me. I can't imagine the wait. Yeah, no shit, bro. I'm so sorry, Pringles. Yeah, message me if you want to chat. No. You're okay. We're here for you. Thank you for letting us know. Like I said, if you want to chat tomorrow, I can call you. And, that brings up a really honest thing is that the body that we live in and not feeling safe and connected to ourselves brings up a lot of feelings about not wanting to be here anymore. And I just want to honor how normal that is to experience that. And a lot of people talk about it or don't talk about it. A lot of people aren't allowed to talk about it. And we want you to know that you're not alone and that it's okay to talk about it. We have I do one-on-one sessions. I can hold space for you. Find somebody that's safe that you could talk to about these things. Vanity once organized my choices, my safety, and my worth because admiration felt like oxygen. Yes. Yes. And, a lot of people grew up that way. That the external and looks and the way that we carry ourselves, the clothes that we wear, all of that meant that we were safe and chosen. And if you were not a certain way, you were abandoned by family, by friends, by loved ones. And that's something we don't talk about a lot. For me, when we talk about vanity, the first thing that comes to my mind is just wanting to be loved, wanting to matter, wanting to feel seen and to be safe, right? To be accepted, whether family or friends. Alyssa, welcome in. I thought I was keeping myself safe by staying in the background, unnoticed, being the quiet one. Right. And a lot of people too with SA. This can be a really, really tough topic. And just want to remind everybody, keep yourself safe first. If you have to leave, we understand. We want you to keep yourself safe. And sometimes these topics can be a lot for our bodies without somebody safe to process. And I do offer one-on-one sessions. We also have the Sacred Middle, which is a small women's group that we meet on Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can purchase your ticket, your seat in the link tree, but there are spaces for you. Ryan, Annie, welcome in, everybody. Rocky, welcome in, welcome in. What's up, everybody? I appreciate them, guys. Wait, what does that mean, Pringles? It's how I received love. So my soul made a silent contract that vanity was the most important thing. Yes. And the reality is that most people have this silent contract just for some of us, we could not, for some reason, achieve the status that actually got it. Does that make sense? Like, example, I was not good at being popular or pretty or thin or the cool kids. I was not good at that. Some people are. I did not have it. Good to see you too. Right, Deb. when we get this really confusing, I call it a miswiring, right? Because when the people that are supposed to care for us and teach us love and support did not do that, and they did the opposite, our wiring got miswired, meaning loved equaled pain, right? So it's a miswiring. It's very, very confusing. Oh, I am 26 messages behind. I'm catching up. I'm finally... What? Let's go, Rocky. Congratulations. Well, how do you feel? Oh, okay. Pringles, copy that. I was like, wait, where are you going, Pringles? Never chosen, right? I'm catching up, you guys, but I want to talk about this. I was never chosen. And for some people who never felt chosen, were never chosen, never chose themselves either, because they got the understanding that that wasn't an option to choose yourself. Some people chose themselves, and they're working on also making room for other people. You hit it well for too long, Rocky. I hear you, man. That's huge to take that recognition and accountability. Thank you, Tara. Okay, I think I'm caught up. If I missed something, yes, but everything was moving so fast, and I think I was trying to scroll when they were pinned. So if I missed, okay, I did catch a few of those and already talk about them. So the ones that I didn't talk about, I think I saw all of them. If I missed something, just let me know. The battle zone level PTSD. Yeah, that's a toughie. Mason, welcome in. You know, and that, I don't know if, like, when we talk about the body that we live in now, also, you know, for people who lived a whole different life prior, we all lived different lives, but even for people who were in the military, for people who went through extreme trauma, our bodies are not in that same circumstance, or they may not be in the same circumstance, but our bodies haven't caught up to that. Let's go with art. Thank you. My mother-in-law gave it to me. I'm so happy for you that you get to do art, because I don't know you very well, but from just what I know about you is that art feels like such a huge passion of yours, and brings you life. So I could only imagine what that might feel like. Yes, thank you guys for being here. You guys have questions about this topic, let me know. Throw them in the chat. Ashley! I feel like I haven't seen everybody in forever. I can't wait to see it. Rocky. I just moved away from a situation and my body is wanting to be creative again, but I'm fighting it. Yeah, because it doesn't feel safe yet, right? And that makes so much sense. And this is one, again, just acknowledging, right? Just acknowledging, like, it makes so much sense that your body is like, I don't know if it's safe yet. And what do we do about that? How do we create that safety? This is what I help women do. This is what I help people do. Create safety within themselves, even though life is always changing. It's through the baby steps. It's through small things. I would love to connect with you more one-on-one. I have a free 30-minute connection call. I can help you out. We can chat about. I can give you some direction. You can schedule that. Let me know. I would love to talk with you one-on-one about some ideas and how to help you if you're interested. But it is about first recognizing and acknowledging that, of course, our bodies wouldn't feel safe. And before we move to what do, ask ourselves, have we sat in it? Have we grieved that? We often bypass the grief and the anger. We all are relearning safety. The greatest battle is fought within, not without. Facts. But also, I don't believe that we have to do it alone. And I believe in safe connections and safe people to help you. You're good. You're good. Thanks for letting me know. Susie Cass, welcome in. Sitting in it. And that's so tough. That's the badass work. That's the tough work, is sitting in it, right? Before we push forward. And a lot of people don't want to talk about the anger. Y'all know I love talking about anger and honoring anger, because when we've been through some shit, anger is a valid response. And we can't really truly get to the grief and the sadness if we bypass anger. A lot of people are scared of anger because they don't know how to process anger in a healthy way, right? It takes a village doesn't always apply to children. Absolutely not. I am a firm believer and backed by science that we are created for connection. We are created for connection. And it's just really sad that we've moved away from being safe for one another. And sitting in the grief. Like I talked about, some of us, our bodies don't work like they used to. Some of us have shame around the way that we've treated our body before. And it's hard to receive the body that we're in now. Even if life is good. Both can be true at the same time. I also want to, if you take nothing else away from tonight, know that you can grieve and be angry and be frustrated and also be appreciative. That's beautiful, Deb. Yeah. And both can be true at the same time. Alyssa, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Both can be true at the same time. We don't have to pick one or the other. And this is where we get into war with our body. How did that feel, Alyssa? We get into war with our body, trying to force and push and be something. But I'm falling into vanity, I think, because aging is weird and does weird things to the body. Girl, I hear you. And that is valid. And that's not, I don't think vanity is bad. I don't think grieving the way that we used to look is bad. I think it's information. And I think it needs to be honored. And this is what I want to talk about is We judge our feelings so much before we even give them time to be. Like, it is okay to be sad that our body is not the way that it used to be. Can we learn to love the body that we're in now? Yeah. That doesn't make us less awesome humans because we care about the body that we live in, because we want to look and feel good. That's not bad. Alyssa, it should be in my link tree. If you go to my profile and click on the link tree, in the link tree, it should say book a 30-minute connection call. If not, if you don't see it, send me a private message on TikTok and I'll reach out to you. I can send you an email if that's not working. Does anybody have any questions? I don't remember what I was saying, but that just permission to care. Permission to care what you look like and feel like. Now, we're talking about both things can be true at the same time. Okay, Rocky, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by. High five. Psh, you got this. I can't wait to see your art. Yeah, both things can be true at the same time. Thank you. She reached out. I had her send a message. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is she good? Are you good? Do you need to go? Like I said, we have some people who are working on different sides of the pendulum. Some are working that it's okay to care what you look like. And some people are working on, I'm not going to care what I look like because that's not all of my worth. Okay? Some people, it was never safe to care what you looked like because you were told you're conceited or all of these other things. It is a normal, natural human response to care about what you look like. Now, if that's your whole worth, that's different. But we're giving permission for these things to exist. We don't have to eradicate them. If you want to talk more about this in depth, join the Sacred Middle. Okay? We're going to talk more about it. Okay. Copy that. Well, I just wasn't sure if you needed to go be with her. I appreciate you. It was never safe. You're getting too thin. No, I got you. I think you were saying that you're either too thin, too big, blah, 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 too much makeup, not enough makeup, hair too long. Right. There's so much judgment around it. Right. And then it's figuring out what the fuck works for you. Right? When I shaved my head and my hair was growing back, I have wanted dreads forever. I got dreads. I got a lot of support, but I also got a lot of shit, a lot of judgment, a lot of things said to me about my worth because of my hair. People told me that I had, was in a midlife crisis, and they couldn't believe that I would do this to my hair. And what does that say about me as a mom and a wife? What? What I did with my hair said what I was as a mom and a wife? What? People put so much value into things, which is fine. But do you put that much value into it? Jess, hi! But this is what I'm saying, Deb, is like, I had to say, luckily I had done a lot of work, so I was like, that doesn't determine my value as a mom or a wife. Like, no. But it did hit for a minute. I had to think about it. I was like, wait, am I going, like, what? Wait, no, I can do whatever the fuck I want to my hair. And that does not change who I am internally as a human, as a person, as my worth. Does society do that? Yeah. But are we going to do that to ourselves? And that's the thing. Are we going to abandon ourselves? Okay? Other people can abandon us for the body that we live in. Are we going to abandon ourselves? Gabby, welcome in. That's the thing that I really want to talk about. Are we going to abandon ourselves for the body that we live in? What I mean by that is, are you going to avoid feeling the grief? Are you going to avoid feeling the shame or the guilt? Are you going to avoid feeling the anger and the pain and the resentment? Or are you going to feel it and work through it? The part that we miss is honoring what we're actually feeling. I hear you. And we judge ourselves. We judge one another, right? We are all very judgmental. Judgment is a normal, natural human being. But is that what we want to be? I judged looks because my worth was tied to appearance. So comparison felt like control and safety, right? Like if somebody was doing better, then you might not be safe. I don't know if I'm avoiding it. Does that make sense? This is where we get curious. We get curious on avoiding. I want to share something that bypassing the feelings forgoes the human experience we signed up for. Yes. And there's a lot of people that teach, and a lot of humans that forget they're human. I forget I'm human sometimes because we were taught to be non-humans, like not to feel, not to be weak. That's not human. So we're taught to go against our design. So I ate my feelings, stuffed them down, and abused my body in secret. And we all chose, right, a way to stay safe and to try to bring some sort of regulation, whether it's food or exercise or working or sex or drugs or alcohol or healing. Yep, we can use healing to bypass the feeling. Because our bodies don't even know how to sit in it. Oops. Gotta do a puzzle. Oh, we have 2 minutes. Let's see. Amy, welcome in. Does anybody have any questions? If I missed something. Yes. If this triggers you, please reach out to your support person. Because these can be really heavy feelings, and I don't want to leave you alone in them. What I want to say is that whatever you're feeling matters, and it makes sense, and it comes from somewhere. And having space, oh, hi, Katie. Having space to honor them before we just push through and try to change or heal them. Thank you, everybody, for being vulnerable. Deb, are you interested or available to go to the Sacred Middle tonight? In 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't remember where. Well, if there was a seat available for you, would you be able to attend? If that was already taken care of. Amy, thank you for dropping in. I know we're like just wrapping up, but we've been talking about the body that we live in now and just honoring, you know, everything that comes with that, the fear, the grief. $20 for a seat for the Sacred Middle. But Deb, are you available? Okay, well, somebody has gifted a seat, and so if you are able to attend, I would like to pass that along to you. Somebody already purchased a ticket. So if you are able, then we would love to have you there. And could you DM me your email address if you are interested in joining, if you can make it? You guys, next week we're talking about money. Oh, yay! We would love to have you there. So just if you feel comfortable messaging me your email address, and I'll send you the link. If anybody else would like to join us tonight, we're going to take this conversation over to Zoom for the Sacred Middle, which is a small women's only group coaching. And we would love to have you there. Like I said, next week we are talking about money, and we can help you out. 2 hours there. Let's go. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being vulnerable and participating and just sharing. It's, I don't take that lightly. Okay, I got your email. Let me send you that while we're on live still, because sometimes it goes to the spam. So 1 second, you guys. Can I do that while we're on? I don't know if I could check my messages while. What? Hold on. Was that... Oh. Hold on. Let's get you guys set up before we hop off. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we have... Alyssa, are you still in here? Did Alyssa leave? Alyssa, are you still in here? Maybe not. I can roll them over to next week too. 2 more seats were purchased, gifted. Okay. Bummer. Okay. No worries. Okay. Copy that. Let me get, can I see who... I don't think I can do it while I'm on here, Deb. So I will end this. I will send you the email, and then I'll message you on TikTok that I sent it. If you don't see it, let me know on TikTok, and then we'll get you all set up. We have like 5-10 minutes. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Oh, okay. Deb or Alyssa, or both? All right, guys, I will see you in the sacred middle. Thank you guys all for your support. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to talking about money next week. So, okay, copy that. Well, we're going to have some good conversations. All right, guys, remember, fuck perfect, and I'll see you next week. Oh, okay, copy that. Thank you. All right, bye, guys.